nitty gritty, bleeding purple my city. Don't score with the Steelers, no enemy. Ozing some Hennessy, catch us out stomping the yard. Candy yards, my foot McHenry. See, it's nitty gritty, Nick and Keith gon' get litty. 2 times a week, giving keys to the city. Tune and get with me. I got that, seeing the game little differently.
Episode 439, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk Radio Show. I go by the name of Roscoe English, and of course, I'm here with the block. Got my guy Keys with me.
How y'all feeling out there?
My man Nick.
What up, Sco? What up, everybody?
And of course, last but not least, Keith PJ.
Sco.
I thought I retired going to the bank. Now, I don't know if I want to call it the bank or the massage spot. But we got some things to talk about. Ravens place kicker. I'm going to do this the right way. Ravens place kicker Justin Tucker was accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by, at the time of this article that I'm reading, that one, well, that says 3. I have 6, but it's now jumped to 10. He's been barred from many of massage spas. I thought this news was a surprise to some, but tweets popped up from like 4 years ago. Apparently, this is not a surprise to anybody, which leads to this conversation. And I'm going to shoot to y'all. The Ravens usually are a franchise that clean those. You know, y'all have came on this show here and said, look, I wish we did things a different way with a kind of player that, you know, we draft, targeted free agency, what so have you. But learning this information here and how they seemingly, allegedly have known about this and swept it under the rug. What are the thoughts about the franchise and how they handled this situation?
I mean, yeah, see, the thing about it is, like, it was one person, you know, like, you're like, all right, man, people, but when you have so many people coming out saying the same exact thing, you know, things usually are trending in towards these are believable and true things. So, you know, you always want somebody to have that day. You always want somebody to be able to, you know, if it comes to that route, have that day in court, whether it's civil or criminal. You want to always have that day, but, you know, it's not good. It's not a good look. Of course, they're gonna say they're close to months, but like I said, if they've known, ain't no one was come out, and this is part of the reason why he was missing kicks. That's malpractice. He should have been out of here. Actually, some of these allegations are over 10 years old. So it's like, you know, what was the issue? That's my only issue is from 2016 to now was, you know, 2012 to 2016, and now we in 2025. What happened over the last 9 years? What it was never just reported. Like, nobody decided to step up until 9 years later. But yeah, if you know, you can deal with a lot of things. You just can't deal with. I don't deal with creeps. And if you creepy, then you gotta get out of town. Simple as that. You can't be doing things. You can't be disrespecting people like that if the things are true. So, you know, I'm pretty sure he wants his day in court if it comes to that. Because a statement just saying that you deny it is not true, that's not good enough, really. So that's how I feel about it.
As far as your questions go, as far as how I look at the organization, I never really was one to believe that organizations should take these moral stances, especially when we're talking about entertainment and sports. Things get so blurry with the idea of celebrity and the idea of like being a public figure. A lot of times I feel like the standards we place on people is unfair. And the positions we expect an organization or a team or an industry to take against people and their transgressions, sometimes it gets tough to kind of just watch over time. But in situations like this, you know, I feel like with the Ravens, if you purport yourself to be zero tolerance, no nonsense organization when it comes to allegations like this, I feel like you got to stand on business. You can't be sometimesy when you stand on business. Now, to be fair to the Ravens, when Ray Rice got into his domestic dispute with his still wife, um, they were going to let him play until the video was public. So that shows that the Ravens are willing to work with people until they really can't anymore, as far as publicity and things like that. And in that regard, you can understand. But then this regard, this is really confusing because it's not like these women are coming out trying to sue. It's not like these women were trying to even put him in jail. Uh, from what I have read, this started with rumblings in the background and a reporter getting a tip, reporter checking into that tip and going down a rabbit hole and talking to multiple women that did not know each other, weren't connected to each other at all. And these women saying, well, since you're asking, yeah, a few years back, blank, 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 blank happened. And this is the evidence. And this is the letter I wrote. And you got owners of establishments corroborating these stories. You got owners saying, yeah, we had the ban, bro. He was tripping. And, you got all this stuff coming out, and it's very weird to hear that absolutely nothing was done. And I don't place that in this regard. I don't place it on the women because I'm thinking about it at a massage parlor, especially something luxurious, something that's supposed to be upscale. These are the type of clients you seek, these football players, these organizations. So, some of the organizations involved, they had multiple Ravens players coming. You got to think as a business owner, I mean, these are high profile clients. I kind of don't want them to stop coming here. And if I'm an owner and I have an employee that's going through some things, the employee might not want to speak up because they don't want to stop the business flow for the owner. They might be thinking like, I just want this to stop, but I don't want everything to be ruined. I just want to do my job. I don't want, like, who's going to believe me? He's Justin Tucker. Who would have think that the guy that makes kicks that looks dorky and nerdy and quirky is out here skeeting everywhere? Like it's just wouldn't be believable. But at the same token, I can kind of understand a hesitancy, and it's a difference when you have like lawsuits involved and kind of shady characters involved, and the stories don't kind of mix, and there's some room for reasonable doubt in this regard. Again, it's women that weren't even trying to make things public until the public came and found them and asked them questions, and then they were like, well, yeah, this is kind of what we're on. And when you hear these things, when you hear about local businesses in your town doing this to a player, I don't think this is something where we have to like, due process is due process, but it's like, what room does the enterprise, the business have to lie for? I can understand men lie, women lie, but businesses, entities, what do they have to lie for? If they said they banned them 10 years ago, they banned them 10 years ago, right? Like, just like a Macy's could say, yo, we banned Nick a long time ago because he was wilding with his friends. Like, yeah, you can kind of prove that, right? The silence. It's the silence for me, Sco. Mm-hmm. Just a blanket statement. We're investigating it. We take these allegations seriously. When Deontay Johnson was saying, yo, I want to play in front of Nelson Aguilar and Tyler Wallace, people treated him like he was a school shooter. People treated him like he was the worst person in the world. And then we got Mr. Nasty Man over here, and there's silence. It's just kind of confusing sometimes, but I guess we'll see what happens to Mr. Tucker. I mean, and then, last point, people were acting like, or insinuating maybe this is like a frame job, or it's like he's been playing so bad the last 2 years, especially this year. He was like the 32nd ranked or 32nd best kick percentage in the league, which is when you're 32nd best, you're not best, you're ass. Mm-hmm. 32 kickers plus, like, there was injuries this year. You were only 32nd. Wow. Yeah, but you don't need to frame him to come up off of that. It's not like he had a great season. We got to figure out a way to. He's trash. We could very well say we're moving on this year. Thank you, Justin Tucker, for your contributions, but we have to get younger and more efficient. I don't think we had to go through all of this just to get him out of here. That's all I'm saying.
Them John Harbaugh hugs make sense now.
Yeah, and then another thing, Scott, in the Nitty Gritty page, I mean, I've got multiple people DM in the page saying they knew about this months ago. Some said 2022 they were first told about it. Rumblings, things that again you hear it about Justin Tucker, you really don't believe it. Going through a divorce, infidelity issues, these type of conversations in the background. We can't dispute the tweets. The tweets that came out from 2021, it's not like they were fabricated. Like somebody wrote those 4 years ago before this was a story. So it's like at a certain point, Baltimore Ravens, what we doing? We can't be sometimesy with this. Deontay Johnson can't be Lucifer and this guy be the person that we're protecting. That's just not how this is going to work.
Yeah, I was shocked by the protection. Pause. But
are you really shocked? Like,
the only reason I'm shocked, only
know
reason I'm because he's not productive anymore. When you tell me 2012 to Detroit, when was that Detroit game? What's that? 2017, 2018?
Was that after that?
You talking about Legatron? I mean, he hit
66. Was that 2020?
He hit like a 60 plus in Detroit twice.
Like
one of them is before 2016. I thought.
I'm talking about the
other one was
one
like
that it was during the show because I said it shouldn't have counted because of the whole. But you talking about that? Okay, cool. Because during that time he was a secret weapon that wasn't a secret. Like you get the Ravens past the 50, game was over. Once you see the decline, the one that y'all have been talking about for the last couple years, it was kind of like, all right, if you know this, that's an out.
Yeah, and by 2015, Justin Tucker was Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Like if that happens a couple years ago, like that's an out. Like with Ray Rice, I'm glad he got through his situation, but he also averaged 3.2 yards a carry that year. So they easily could have been like, oh yeah, you're not even productive anymore. You can go. Right, so we've seen that.
Ray Rice get a shot, like
because
he averaged 3.2 yards.
Hey, y'all don't have stinks. Y'all don't have stinks. Hey, and while I'm here, shout out to Ray Rice and Milford Mill. Shout out to that is dope. I hate it had to be Milford Mill, but
yeah, give him his own shout out. Get him out there. Get him out to Justin Tucker. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you've seen teams say, "Oh, you're not productive anymore. You want a contract, Deshaun Watson? Oh, nah, you can get the hell out of here." So the fact that they just kept it under the rug and all these hugs, now I'm looking at the hugs like John Harbaugh knew Justin was going through something. He knew he was going through something. Never seen a coach really hug a guy for struggling. Go to the end of the bench and get your shit together. Seen that.
I don't even hug you in Pop Warner. Like,
no.
Like, I was a bit confusing. No, but it all makes sense now.
He's one of John Harbaugh, so quote unquote son. So they're gonna protect him, but he shouldn't be protected like Nick said. Like, get him out of here. Like these things are like that and that. You made a great point because I was like, they can say anything, but if somebody's getting banned from somewhere, that's why those got pulled the record. There's a reason why they banned you. I mean, they just can't come back.
Yeah, if your picture's on the wall at security, security booth, if you see dude,
nobody is just not out here banning Justin Tucker.
Just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, he's one of the popular people in Baltimore. That's losing business.
We actually want you to keep coming back, but not like that. Stop coming.
Not leaving stuff on it. Not leaving stuff on the table. Like, you're doing too much.
Yeah, dog. Like you're a millionaire. We're not gonna kick a millionaire out for no reason. You're not 10
and you banned from multiple establishments.
Yeah, that's what we talk about Justin Tucker.
You went to About Faces and did this, and then you went to Massage Envy, and then you went to Salon
Plaza. He going to credible spots. He going to credible spots, and there's spots out here.
That's why your kicker can't be a superstar. Like too many commercials. Your kicker shouldn't be a superstar.
See, 2012 to 2015 was before OnlyFans, wasn't it? Because
he probably had a Cam Soda though. If he getting down
ways
like
in which
that, he was.
It's multiple ways to skin a cat. I don't know if doing this to strangers is the best way to do it. Do it to somebody who's soliciting these. I don't know.
That's their job. No, you're right.
But you had somebody produce a complaint letter. So an employee wrote a letter to her establishment, her business, her place of business, and basically outlining all the things that Mr. Tucker did and how she's not comfortable. It was signed by a supervisor. You get what I'm saying? It's a primary. We talk about going back to history class. This was a primary source. Like, what are we talking about? Get them out of here.
Yeah.
How much do we need to see? And it's like the silence is deafening, and it's
they saw him make that 50-yarder in Buffalo. They said, no, we gonna ride this out. We gonna ride this out.
He might be back.
they saw him not struggle down the stretch and make that 50-yarder in the playoff game. We said, we gonna slow walk this. If they ain't taking it to court, we gonna slow walk this. And it's gonna be kicking in training camp. I guarantee it.
And he struggled for the first quarter of the year, and then he kind of got it back on track
after the hug.
Yeah, after Pittsburgh, he got
touch. It's the touch. See, that's the thing that scares me too. Is
they found him some tables.
When you had no physical touch, you needed his love language.
Yeah. Them words of affirmation from John wasn't working. No, I need to be touched, my boy.
Put your hand on my shoulder.
That's crazy.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh my! Oh.
You're not strong.
Yo, that's the thing that I be thinking about. Like, when you take the freak out of a deviant, like we've seen how that affects a player. Like, I don't know if I want to lose more games for messing with him. Like, let's rebuild as far as at that position.
You said Deshaun lost his superpowers.
Yo, dog, I'm telling you. That like, first year,
like Hercules, and Hercules moved when Hades stole his soul.
Yeah, he out here like Patrick and Larry Johnson, and he has no powers. He has no power. They on Mighty Mountain somewhere, dog. The first year, niggas was like, "Yo, Deshaun been hurt. Let's give him a dog. We 3 years into this contract. He is a bum, and the only thing that's changed is his physical therapy routine." It's real, like it's legit. Helga is putting the Russian hands on him. And this
Helga,
this ain't right. Get your Pataki hands off.
When I saw Justin continue going wide left, I knew something was wrong, yo. Something had to be. I just couldn't put my finger on it, yo. Like, why wide left? And it was just like, now we know he's pent up.
Yeah, he wasn't getting that Johnny Gill. He wasn't getting that Johnny Gill. He wasn't rubbing him the right way. Yeah.
Hey, man.
All right. So, do y'all cut him from this point? Like, does he?
Yeah, man. You can't have creeps on your team.
Yeah.
If it was me if I was the holier than thou organization I purport myself to be, I'd be zero tolerance, Mr. Zero Tolerance, right?
Gotta go, right?
He's committing crimes. You gotta commit.
And I think the grace has already been given to Mr. Tucker. He's been able to get extensions. He ain't in jail. No civil suits. Niggas ain't trying to sue him. Like,
they really just want you to know who he is.
Yeah, you can't. If you're a captain, you can't be doing that type of stuff. You got to go.
Yeah, and I remember John vividly when Deshaun was going through his trials and tribulations. John was holier than thou on that microphone saying, "Yeah, I would. I'm just glad I work for an organization that is zero tolerance. We would never deal with those type of things. And we made the decision a long time ago that we would be an organization that blah 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 blah." And it's like, look at y'all now. Shut up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's true.
No fun when the rabbit get it done.
No.
It's not when it's your man Justin. It'd been different if it was another player, but if it was Justin, not Justin.
Y'all all organization that evaluates players by Madden, though.
I don't have any comment on that. I just scroll right past
that. That's a trend though, because like the Jets.
He's not the first. He's not the first. But the Jets said it was a mistake. The Jets said it was a mistake. EDC said it like, nah, we do this shit.
Other stuff too that we use, for instance, Madden ratings. Who would ever think that an NFL team would use Madden ratings in one of their models? Well, we do. I'm giving you just a small piece of what we do.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So we have these models that we use, and it spits out grades and values for players, and we use those. And in some cases, we can look back and say, you know what, the model is actually 3% better than our scouts grades in terms of predicting what the player is going to do. 2 or 3%.
Wow, isn't it crazy?
Isn't it crazy?
I don't trust nobody with a Red Sox hat on. Anyway.
I was just Keys. I'm looking at that hat, and I know I might be Judas. I'm a Steelers fan, right? But I'm not a GM in a city. Like if I was a GM in the city, I'm putting my real fandom behind. I'm gonna wear
a Ravens hat.
A Ravens hat, like Red Sox.
Why you got a Red Sox hat on?
Like
baseball season about to come up. Baltimore love their Orioles. Do you have to? We know your affiliation, but do we have to? But as far as the Madden stuff, I mean, listen, it's
is that a part of analytics? Like, is that
we got to get the nerds out of sports, bro. That's just how I look at it. See, Ozzie Newsome was a former tight end, so when he was looking at shit, he was looking at shit. This nigga is talking about using models and algorithms and equations to come up with scores and probabilities, and it's like you either see if the nigga nice or not, bro. That's how the old school. I don't know.
Yeah, not the video game route. Like I played video games, but Paris Campbell and John Ross was the top wide receiver in the league. I played it. Like, come on, and it's all because they had 99 speed.
John Ross, what happened?
Like, come on, man. Like, you
have you seen Madden glitches? Have you seen Madden glitches before? Like, are we really taking Madden as the source of truth?
Dog, if you ever seen my franchise, you would think Jason Sehorn was Deion Sanders.
Madden don't even come out before the draft, so how are you really evaluating them on Madden? Like, it don't make sense.
So are they using?
That's what I'm saying.
So would they use NCAA now? Like now the NCAA is out. Are they looking at NCAA ratings now?
Yeah, maybe that's what he doing. He using the NCAA to see. It's crazy, bro.
He might be talking about the free agency, but yeah, you're right. Like, how would you rate a player that's not on Madden goofball?
They probably calling EA Sports like, yo, what should we do? What y'all got? What y'all got?
They just calling Ocho Cinco. Tell him.
I was about to say he the adjuster, right?
Oh Jesus Christ!
He is the adjuster.
Yeah,
like, what you think of this guy?
He got Ocho Cinco paperwork. You know it's slop.
Nah, that's funny. That's funny. But like I said, the Jets said they did it, and Woody Johnson apologized for it. He was like, "Yo, yeah, I was bugging," and EDC was like, "Oh no, this is thorough. This is a part." But I mean, y'all draft decent, so I guess it works.
Hey, listen, it goes back to like anybody can talk this game, bro. Like it's not rocket science. Like these niggas out here using Madden. Don't talk to me like, oh, the Ravens, they know best, they know what they're doing. You should never question anything. It's like, yo,
let me update my Madden. I'm gonna get right back to you. Let me update.
That's why he drafted P Queen. P Queen nice at Madden, yo. P Queen a dog in Madden. Tough.
He can't.
We must have used Madden when we signed him.
Coverage though.
Yeah, we must have used Madden when we signed him and gave him $50 million. Anyway, let's get to the actual game that's going to be played on Sunday. We got the Chiefs, we got the Eagles, rematch from a couple years ago. Teams are totally different from that Sunday 2 years ago. How do we see this game playing out? Who wins? And whoever wins, how will they win?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you want. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs' offense starting to come alive. It's starting to come alive in the playoffs. You know, it was better than it was in the regular season. But I think the Eagles' defense going to have a lot to say. The Chiefs going to go to a fast start because the Eagles' defense going to probably slow them down and muck it up. So yeah, I don't know how this game will go. I don't even know who I think I want to win yet. I guess I'll have it by the end of this conversation. It's like, of course, because we talked about it in Buffalo. It was like, let's let Mahomes keep being the GOAT. But it's like, I can't root for this no more. Like it's too much. So it's like, I'm cool. But yeah, I'm cool with the Eagles winning. I'm cool with the Eagles winning. But I want that Jalen Hurts, that Lamar comparison. Like I don't want to have to deal with that the whole off season.
Oh, you know it's
That
coming.
shouldn't be no comparison though. Like, come on,
Yeah.
it's too
But
different.
it's, you know they're gonna say
It's gonna
that.
be, but
Yeah. So
it
I don't
shouldn't
want to
be.
deal with that the whole off season. So yeah, I just want a good game. The last time they played was a good game. Hope this one is a good game. So that's pretty much.
No, I'm with you. It's definitely a big three as far as the quarterbacks, but a Jalen Hurts win in his second Super Bowl appearance. You know, they're gonna say he's a winner, and it's gonna beat the question. You know, why isn't a 3-time MVP a winner versus this guy being a winner, and so on and so forth. The Josh Allen's are gonna get questions too. Like they're gonna be, and then he beats Patrick Mahomes in the process. Oh, that's gonna be a story for an entire offseason. I can't have that personally. It's easier to sit there and say Patrick Mahomes is a 4-time Super Bowl champ. That's just easier to say. It's like going from 3 to 4 is not that controversial. It's like, you know what? You know, Lamar keeps, you know, everybody keeps losing to Josh. I mean, not Josh, Patrick. Well, Josh too. Damn. Everybody keeps losing to Patrick. And we can just use that as, or I can just use that as my excuse when people talk shit about Lamar. But the Jalen Hurts is going to make it a little harder to do those type of things. As far as the game, man, I expect the Chiefs to win mainly because only Tom Brady has stopped them. So until somebody stops them, I'm going to assume that they got this in the bag. They just know how to win a football game. I think the Eagles going to give them their best shot, though. The Eagles going to give them hell. And if Saquon can break a few runs, I might be wrong about this outcome. If Saquon can actually take over this game like he's been taking over games in recent history, it may be a little difficult because what he's doing with the explosive plays is something that we haven't seen in a playoff run as far as from a running back in a while, you know, carrying the load as opposed to just being aid to the quarterback. He's literally putting them on their back during this postseason and this season in general. So if he continues to do that and the Chiefs don't have an answer, it's going to be problematic. But I do think their defense is good enough to limit Saquon and put Jalen in some situations where he's going to have to make some 50-50 throws. We'll see if Jalen steps up and does that. But I think Patrick Mahomes, that offense, they're just going to make one or two more plays to squeak out of there. I think they've been squeaking out all year. And they'll do it one more time. But to y'all, you know, to everybody's point, I mean, you've been getting lucky all year. Not lucky, but you've been squeaking by all year. This may be the time the bubble bursts. We'll see if Saquon's the difference.
yeah, just piggybacking on Saquon, the Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 18 straight playoff games. Saquon's hit that mark 3 times this postseason. So something's got to give come Sunday. I'm leaning towards the Chiefs. I would like to see the Eagles win it, just for something different. But I'm leaning Chiefs for the simple fact they do this. I mean, Patrick Mahomes got a 17-3 playoff record, like Nick just alluded to. He's only lost to Brady twice and Joe Burrows. Like he don't lose in January. It's just you 17-3. That's crazy. You hitting at an 85% clip. So taking that into account, and then coaching Andy Reid and Spags, that's the difference. That's where I kind of say it's going to come down to the intangibles in this game. It's the Andy Reid, the play call, and what Spag dials up on a third down. Jalen Hurts been hesitant throwing the ball. I mean, you listen to the NFC title game, Brady criticized him on numerous occasions about holding the ball too long, not really attacking the one-on-one matchups he did have with A.J. Brown on the outside. So he's going to have to definitely open up the pass game this week because I think the Chiefs going to buckle down and try to bottle Saquon up. If we're going to lose this game, let it be Jalen Hurts who beats us with his arm and maybe his legs too. But if I'm the Chiefs, that's my game plan. Let's shut Saquon down. And if Hurts going to beat us with his arm, which he hasn't done very often this year, we're going to live with that. But in this case, I'm still leaning Chiefs right now to win this game. The Eagles talented though. I mean, you look at that offense, that defense, they got it at every level. That defensive line is crazy. So I'm looking to see if they can generate pressure on Patrick Mahomes early, get him off his mark. But you've seen the emergence of Hollywood Brown early in the game last time with the Chiefs. You continue to see, it's Travis Kelce. He's going to do what he does. I'm expecting DeAndre Hopkins, his first time here, to make a play or two. So It's just going to be the intangibles. It's just not going to be the Eagles because Saquon won. It's not going to be because of Mahomes. It's going to be the intangibles, the small things that win this game for one of these teams. I'm leaning Chiefs 30-20. 30. They barely scored 30. I'm going to go 27-21.
No, I agree with you, Keith. Gotta make this a Jalen Hurts game. And I think Spags is the defensive coordinator. He gonna draw up a blitz that's gonna confuse the shit out of Jalen, and it's gonna be a turnover that really turns this game on his head. It's gonna be a turnover. Last game, it was a turnover from Jalen that turned this game upside down. I think this is gonna be the same story. The way the Chiefs are using Worthy, how they really just throughout the year just figured out how to deploy him. Like you said, the other weapons they had. What I saw from Ertz in that last game from the tight end position, I think the Chiefs were paying attention to that. I think they were paying attention to that and how they can exploit the middle of the field like the Commanders did. And 15 is 15. I want to see the Chiefs win. I want to see a three-peat in football. Never seen it. I want to see a three-peat in football. I'm glad Tom Brady wasn't able to do it. I'll be happy to say, I seen Patrick Mahomes win 3 in a row. That's tough. That's tough. That makes all of those sports shows, conversations that they like to have about GOATs just that much more interesting because you just never seen that before. Chiefs are locked in. Like he said, they got better in the playoffs. We've said it all year. They just coasting. They just waiting. They just waiting for it to get cold outside for them to turn that switch on. This playoff run ain't no different.
Yeah. You talk GOATs, and that's crazy because, I mean, he is in that. He will be in that. He's already in that conversation. But like I said, Nick said, Brady done got him twice. He got him in the Super Bowl, and he got him in the AFC title game in Arrowhead. Like, Brady's really the one.
Yeah, Brady.
It's crazy.
Brady's the guy. Yeah, Brady's that guy. It's no conversation there. But I mean, just the fact that he's not even 30 yet, and
I think that's the scary part.
Because
Brady, like between like if I'm Brady and I'm looking at Mahomes and we talking, it's like, yeah, I got them 2 over you, but if I'm Mahomes, I'm like, all right, that's cool, but you have a 3-peat, and just know I ain't done.
Mahomes gonna try to get 8. He definitely gonna try to get 8.
Oh, for sure. For sure. He saw that last one. It was just like,
this
Lamar. What we doing, homie?
This guy to hit his head.
It's up to you.
Y'all thought that question. They asked Chris Jones that question, like, who gonna be the team that ultimately knock y'all off? And he did allude to the Ravens, saying like he think that we'll eventually get there. And I mean, but but
you got to think about it. Like he already lost one. Like this should be number 5.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When you know you can punch your ticket to at least the AFC Championship every year, and you confident in that, your chances of coming away with hardware is pretty good. You know what I mean? It's just like in the coasting aspect of it, like every team can't do that, right? Like every team just can't flip a switch. When you have kind of the Lakers of old, right? There'd be times where Shaq was working his way into shape during the regular season. Kobe would be getting his numbers. The team would be a little disjointed. But when it got to March, when it got to April, everybody kind of, all right, yo. Despite all the bullshit we've been going through, despite all the shit we was doing in February and January, it's time. And when it was time, it was time. And it's the same with the Chiefs. But you got to win to get there, though.
And it's so
it don't
visible,
matter who they.
Like you can see them coasting. Like you almost know, they don't even take this shit serious. Like when they have close games against the Panthers, you're like, oh no, they don't give a fuck about this game, and they still come away with the win.
Going through the motions.
Yep.
They took that game against y'all serious though. they
did.
wanted to prove a point.
You know why? Because it was cold. It was.
They knew they get a month off.
No, because at one point y'all was favored to beat him. They ain't like that.
They heard Nitty Gritty. I want Mahomes. They was like,
I still do, y'all.
Nah, they ain't want Mahomes. They was on there saying, "We hope Mahomes don't play. We can get a game to the Ravens up. we'll play the Chiefs without Mahomes."
Oh Lord,
that wasn't me.
It wasn't you, but it was a.
That wasn't me. That
was
was
the majority of that family.
It was your people.
That was the Yinzers.
Yeah, it was Yenza.
Yeah, that was a Yenza. That wasn't me. I wanted to play Patrick Mahomes until I didn't. I never turned again. Oh, it's fucking Christmas, Pat.
You know y'all. You already know y'all gonna suck next year, don't you? Y'all not adding anything. No coaches, no nothing.
Look, dog. Look. Listen,
Y'all going
he said he just let me know who my quarterback
this
is.
February, Sko. Do not buy no stock he's selling right now. I'm telling you.
Well, me? I'm chilling.
Yeah,
I'm
chilling. I know you chilling. He said, let me see that draft. You won't be chilling.
He said,
the draft. I don't even. Yo, dog. I'm gonna do my draft break. I'm gonna do my who I want in the draft because that was actually pretty fun. You know.
What y'all picks, Sko?
22. What you think?
I wasn't sure the exact number.
Be a Jeopardy
20 to 22.
Between 20 and
20, 22, 23, but not even 22. You got to win a playoff game for 23. 20 to 22. We right there. We are right there.
Gonna get the same you're gonna get the same type of player, somebody that y'all think gonna be good, that's gonna be a sellout again.
Nah, hey, the thing is, we just got to draft better. That's the thing. Look, I like Troy Fontenot. He got hurt, but he looked like he gonna be a player. You just can't pick Terrell Edmonds over Lamar Jackson. Can't keep doing that.
Oh no, okay.
Can't keep doing that. Like if you do that, then we're here. You know, y'all
don't even know what quarterback y'all want. They fighting like high school.
No. I'm glad you said that. They 100% know the quarterback that they want. Justin? And it's not Russell Wilson.
Well, Russ all in the new Russ.
Nick has probably seen more than y'all, but the reports that are coming out that Smith had to pull the reins back on Russell to not call plays at the line and deviate from that's from Tomlin.
Really?
That's from Tomlin.
And then you see like
he don't want Russ.
You saw what Edelman said too.
What did he say? It's predictable.
Yeah,
it's the same game plan.
And almost agreed. Like
Ben has been agreeing. Ben been on Tomlin's neck.
Hold on, what's predictable?
The game plan.
Just everything right.
He said the Steelers defense essentially.
The Steelers defense is literally the same. It's the same defense. Yeah, the same.
They'll never come out their base.
Nah. I mean, and you see it, Nick. To your question, why Russ not being able to call plays, to change plays at the line? Look, Tomlin is low risk, run the football, keep it close, win at the end.
But I don't understand. But what I don't understand is why after the Bengals game in Cincinnati, everything changed. That should have been the turning point.
That's when they made the change. So that let me know Russ was the one calling the plays at the line, and it worked, and they let him get away with it. But Tomlin, yo, come on, office real quick. That ain't how we do things here. I don't agree with it. I don't understand it. It's not what we do. They want to win a certain way. And
if you want to win that way, I would say Fields is safer because he can make plays that are unscripted. So if you're trying to script some shit and not allow somebody to change anything, at least after the play, after the ball is hiked.
Well, let me ask you this, Nick.
Justin can do more things.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though, Nick. How many wins? Where are they going to go with Justin? Like, what's the ceiling? The ceiling is already there. It's like 6 to 7 wins.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I don't see how putting
our
him
quarterback
in makes it better.
Our quarterback for the next 10 years is not on the roster, and that's the problem. And
me and Sko talked about it. Like, yeah, you guys are gonna go for the playoffs. You guys are probably gonna draft assuming that you're retooling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you guys never take that one season and just say, you know what, we're gonna be bad this year. It sucks, but we're gonna be bad, and we're gonna be better for going forward.
Yeah, and
we'll take a step back to take 2 steps.
Steelers fans wouldn't be able to handle a bad year. Yo, dog,
why not try to get inside the top 10, like trade your 20, trade Pickens with the 20th pick and move into the top 10 and draft the quarterback.
And I said this a couple shows ago. You don't necessarily have to be bad to get your quarterback.
Yeah.
Now you gotta be aggressive. You gotta be aggressive.
Move up and get somebody.
Don't move up 5 spots to get Broderick Jones. Don't move up 10 spots to get Devin Bush. Move up 10 spots to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, like the reason I say that is because you planning the vision, like I said, with Burrow and Jackson. Y'all need a quarterback, or y'all not gonna be able to compete. No matter what y'all defense do, y'all not gonna be able to compete.
Yeah. Well, and forget the division. We can split with y'all, but you playing in a conference. with Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. And if Justin Herbert gets some good coaching,
and CJ Stroud,
is
the whole
constantly
AFC, you gotta be
the whole
you look
AFC.
around. You look around like, all right.
You look in every division, you can point. Oh shit, they got
Bo Nix going only
Bo
get better
Nix
under Sean Payton.
He had a good rookie year. You expect him to take those steps. You looking around and it's like, all right,
done that in Pitt.
No, well, that's the problem. It's coaching.
Yeah, y'all don't develop. Y'all don't develop nobody outside of wide receivers in that defense. I mean, but y'all not developing no quarterback.
So we need somebody generational. Ben was generational. Whatever he was going to be, he was going to be it.
Y'all need a philosophical change, because even with Ben, y'all tried to stifle kind of his greatness, and he had to like fight for that autonomy to be able to call plays at the line, have a coordinator that
what Tomlin do? Fire his offensive coordinator.
Fire the offensive coordinator to let him do it. That's why they hired Todd Haley, to bring him back.
Yep.
Hey, even though it was the Husker Ben, his last couple years, when the offense did click, it was him calling plays on his own. So you got to look at each coordinator. Don't get me wrong. Matt Canada was ass. But each coordinator, it's the same result. And it's the same philosophy. So who do you point to?
You remember that flea flicker in the playoff game? Yeah, 100%. Just stuff like that where we talk about being predictable. We knew that you guys were going to try to throw the ball on first down as opposed to run, right? But in this situation, it's like that was the most predictable trick play I've ever seen. It was so predictable. It looked like archaic. It looked like I said it.
Not even that. I never even seen Pittsburgh run a free flick in the playoffs.
I mean, not in the playoffs, because we really never, like, prior to this last stretch, we really, never had to just go play. But a flea flicker on the second drive in the first quarter on the first play. Oh, we desperate.
Let's go. Not a new formation, not some new motion that we haven't seen.
It was a 13 personnel. We had 3 tight ends out there, some shit like that, right? And oh no, this is not gonna work. So
underneath. It was long or bust. It was nobody coming underneath.
Nothing.
The Justin package was horrible.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Look, Justin ain't the best quarterback. I don't like saying this IQ
on the third down.
Yeah, he is. I don't like saying the IQ stuff because I don't want to point to somebody's intelligence. Like, I don't think he's stupid, right? But he's not processing the game where you would think somebody at 25 would. But even still, he has weapons that people cannot guard just physically, naturally. And we did not take those talents and utilize them in the best way. We just didn't.
And he's a playmaker, born playmaker, as far as with the ball in his hands. Whether it's running, you got to let him utilize his speed. If the defense stops it, they did a great job, because it's hard to stop his ass on third down, just like it's hard to stop a Lamar on third down. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, if you bring him in on third and short and you allow him to get the option to run or throw, that is very difficult on the defense. And there's no reason you should ever be third and short. And Najee, Justin, Jalen isn't a consideration.
Yeah.
Cordarrelle Patterson, though.
Why weren't they on the field at the same time?
No, leave Najee out of it.
No. We talking about short yardage, though, Key. I know you hate him, but we talking about short yardage.
He can't get that.
But here's my thing. Why not have them on the field at the same time?
No, you're right.
Even if you had Jalen behind Najee, and you don't know where the ball is, you don't know who, because you got Justin, Najee, you don't know where the ball. They weren't on the field at the same time.
He ain't coming back to Pittsburgh, right?
Who? Najee? No.
He done.
So I can't wait to. I can't wait till you start talking shit about him.
No, it's coming.
Whoa, when he goes somewhere else?
When he a Miami Dolphin or some shit?
Nah, I can't. Mainly because I actually like Najee. I don't think he got the best of deals here, especially with the lines that he's had to deal with. But he didn't make it easier for himself. Lack of vision, the speed just wasn't there. But I mean, he broke tackles at an amazing clip. He wasn't
a first round draft pick. Y'all didn't need it. Y'all
he didn't have to.
Y'all needed
again. Hey,
that's where y'all started going wrong.
Don't draft Najee over Landon Dickerson or Pat Frymouth over Landon Dickerson or Creed Humphrey. You just don't do those things. And I like Pat, but yeah. So this is not gonna be my last time saying this. I just think Art Rooney needs to put more pressure on Tomlin to back the fuck off and hire better. But you look at some of the coaching staffs that y'all just got back Chuck Pagano for what? That's the kind of move
John
that it's like,
baby, John Insurance.
Y'all put Chuck Pagano and Dean Pease around y'all 33-year-old defensive coordinator so he succeeds. And here we are. Hey, Terrell Austin, give me your playbook. I'm gonna just call it. Give me that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all, like,
give me
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. Y'all not adding coaches and y'all just standing.
Yeah, so that's always going to be the mainstay and why people are always going to say fire Tomlin. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, you're not going to get anything better."
Let's test that theory.
Yeah, I would love to test the theory. I would love to test it.
I hear you.
I would love to test the theory, like
y'all,
because we don't even like y'all have a quarterback that saves y'all coach. he saves y'all coach. It don't matter who coaches the Ravens. Yo, I got number 8. I think I'm gonna be all right. In this situation in Pittsburgh, where you don't have 7 anymore, he covered up a lot of stink. And even then, it was rocky because at the end of the day, Tomlin, he got that iron fist, man. It's my way.
Do you think anything about this season may have changed his personality going forward or his viewpoint going forward? Because there's no way you can look at these teams and what they're doing offensively and think that even with this year, with the return of defense and the return of running the football, it ain't no way that you think that you can just compete without one of those guys at quarterback and also without a Steelers defense that you know, love, and trust. That second half Steelers defense, I didn't recognize them.
It wasn't the first half. And I before Keith cussed me out last week, yeah, running the ball is back, but you see Saquon Barkley is an explosive offense by himself. Derrick Henry is one play away from hitting his head on the goalpost. So, yeah, it's back. But are we going to go get a running back that can do that? If you aren't, then, dog, you got to change something. You just can't come into the season and thinking that we just going to run the ball and milk the clock and play good defense and beat teams in 2025. You just aren't. You got a team in Kansas City that can snap their fingers. Yo, I feel like scoring 30 points today. You got a team in Baltimore that's like, yo, dog, my quarterback's not going to throw 20 times a day, but we're still going to score 40 points. What are we going to do? Yo, TJ Watt, we're not even going to move you from the right side. Whoever's blocking you, get around them. But it's 3 people in front of me, coach. I don't give a fuck. Get around them. All right, cool. Alex Highsmith.
Doing the same shit over and over again, expecting different.
Alex Highsmith, win your one-on-ones. Because TJ has 3 people on him. Win your one-on-ones. I don't know. This left tackle's pretty good. I don't care. Hey, Patrick Queen, we're gonna put you on the wide receiver on 3rd and long. Make it happen. That's another thing Julian Edelman said. Y'all used to laugh every time it was a linebacker in front of me. You know how long ago that was? And it's still.
He said every time he played, he had 89 catches every single game.
It was a linebacker on him every single time.
He would look at Tom and like, "Yeah, it's barbecue today, baby."
Which is why Zay Flowers. Y'all put linebackers on slot receivers and
slot receivers. Yo, we used to have Robert Spillane on
little James Harrison
slot.
on.
You see what I'm saying? And this has been like that for 15 years. And I'm just as bad as Tomlin because I keep supporting it. And I keep saying the same shit. I'm just as bad. I'm going to be back here saying, yo, Steelers going to win 10 games, son. We're going to win 10 games, son.
You got no shame.
I just said that a few minutes ago. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that.
You have no
shame.
Hook
a crook. We're going to win 10. We're going to beat y'all.
You absolutely have no shame. You can say all that, then you're going to say, you're going to come back and say you got 10.
Come back.
You're going to say it's the best draft y'all had in 10 years. You're going to say Justin Fields is going to be comeback player of the year.
No. Don't put that kind of shit on me. Don't put that kind of shit on me. I'm not going to say he's going to win comeback player of the year. But, I mean, shit, it's what Tomlin does. Well, let's go to the first commercial break. Nitty Gritty.
When I want some sports news, Nitty Gritty is definitely who I'm tuning into, man. They show up each week with that uncut, that raw, that unfiltered sports news.
They say the things that everyone else wishes that they can say, but they can't.
Every Tuesday and Saturday, I am locked into my favorite sports show, Nitty Gritty.
Nitty Gritty, the best show out right now. Tune in and listen, stupid.
Man, the NBA, man. I woke up and I thought the trade was fake, y'all. By now, you know what the trade I'm talking about is. And once I talk about it, I'm shooting straight to the Laker fans on this show. But Anthony Davis was traded to the Mavericks for Luka Doncic and some other pieces. But who cares? The main piece was Anthony Davis is getting traded for Luka Doncic. And I woke up, I said, nah, is this NBA Central? Like what account am I reading this from?
That's it. So.
And I'm like,
before they go, it's so funny because it's like this whole year is like in the era of nil. So I've been getting like persuaded and trying to be a Lakers fan. So now that this dropped, like it's time. It's time.
Whoa. No.
I'm not being I'm not being. They saying it's definitely time now that they got.
Oh, it's time. Oh, if anybody follows Nick is like a kid on Christmas right now.
Shameless.
He is a kid. It's a week of Christmases for Nick at this point. So I shoot to Nick and I'll shoot to Keith. When you saw that news,
nigga, I was playing Madden. I said, huh? I saw it from Yahoo Sports. I was like, Yahoo Sports don't be lying, but it's like maybe they got hacked. Like it's 2025. maybe some kids playing on their phones 12 o'clock in the morning. But then I go on Twitter and Shams was like, nah, this ain't a drill, homie. This is real. And I said,
real thing.
What? I said, what? I was like, Luka to the Lakers? How does this happen? And then as far as how I feel as a Lakers fan, like how I've been, I've been 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I really wasn't have had nothing to really be excited about over the last few years. It's just more the same excuses, point fingers, fire a coach, bring in a new coach, do the same shit to him, trade players, blame those players, get them out of there, bring in new players, do the same shit to them. That shit get tiring after a while, brother. So this kind of reinvigorated me because it helps me look towards the future. I feel like me personally, I don't speak for me. Like there's been a void since Kobe retired, as far as just that feeling. And I feel like Luka gives me more of that feeling of that Kobe vibe. And it's not just all about Kobe. It's, I grew up on Shaq too. Shaq was my favorite player in 2000 before like Kobe took that mantle. So, I just think there's a lot of building that can happen in the next 10 years. You're talking about a player that was traded away. Like he didn't score 73 last year. Like he didn't take his team to the finals. Like he's not, pretty much averaging 28 and 8 for a career. It's like second all time or third all time points per game in the playoffs. As far as career average points per game, he's up there. I think he's top 5. And I might be disrespecting him. He might be higher than that. Like if you look at his career averages, he's up there with, I don't want to say the greats. He's up there with a short list. It's not too many fucking with Luka Doncic. And this is him doing this while he's considered a fat ass. What does that say about the rest of the league? That's the real conversations that need to be had. All right, he's fat. He's out of shape. He's a piece of shit. Cool. I understand, Joe. What's that say about y'all niggas that keep getting your ass bust by him? I'm just asking. But as far as the future, man, I do think that I'm mixed feelings about LeBron staying, but I do like the idea of at least a half a season of Luka just seeing that nigga do what he does, bro. Being in the gym, being a professional, working on his craft. You can't take that from LeBron at all. That's one thing that he does. He's uber professional. He works on his craft. He don't cheat the game. He don't cheat his body. And I feel like Luka, he does cheat his body. Like I can drink beers, smoke hookah, and fuck y'all up. That's what I'm finna do. I'm still young, I feel, but you got to understand. Well, and this is maybe a small sliver of the Mavs thinking, like very small sliver of the Mavs thinking, because I don't think it was basketball related. You've been fortunate enough to be able to play all these games and play all these minutes on that body in which you don't take care of. Who's to say that's going to continue? We see Joel Embiid, but he's always had injury, so that's a bad example, I think. You just think if you don't take care of your body at 25, it might be cool, but at 30, how's that going to look? So I do like the idea of Bronny. I mean, not I do like the idea of Braun still on the team and helping out there. I just don't think it's going to be competitive. And I'm about to pass it to Keith, but I'm looking at it this way too. He's not extended yet. You still got to flirt and make him want to stay. You still got to twerk for him. And you have 3 big opportunities to do that. You got the trade deadline this year, you got the off season, and you got the trade deadline following that. So if you're saying Braun is staying, and I'm not trying to single out Braun, who else you going to trade to get some assets? Who else you going like?
Yeah, because they covered Reeves, like they refused to let AR go.
Okay, so so hypothetically, you could include Reeves, but he'd be the younger person that you kind of would think you would want to pair on a Doncic timeline, right? I'm thinking the 40-year-old to a contender could at least get you a first round pick or 2 and a player, maybe. You got to have these decisions because you have to figure out a way to get more assets to build around Luka in the next year and a half so that he resigns. Why? Because he ain't getting no supermax. Any team can offer him the next deal. The numbers are the same. The incentive to stay in a city was in Dallas. They was able to pay him more than any other team. Well, he don't have that opportunity in LA. So he could hit free agency and get the same contract that he could get from LA anywhere else. He could say, you know what, I want to play with Jokic.
Yeah,
I'm going to Denver, and I don't even maybe I don't even like the bright lights like that. Maybe I just want a chill place where I can just hoop and smoke hookah, and you know what I mean. So I say that to say you got to really consider your future versus your now. I understand Braun brings a lot of money. His son brings a lot of money, but you got to think about the next 10 years of money.
Yeah. To answer your question, Skull, it was like the middle of the night when the report came through. I was, you know how I get down. I thought I was just in one of them zones, but then I logged on X and seen it was true. So I was like, once I seen Sham say it was true, I was like, yeah. I started looking back to sleep at that point. Like, yeah, I'm thinking it's a dream. But lo and behold, it was true. But I mean, good move for the Lakers. The one thing we always talk about is life after LeBron. And one thing you've seen is franchises essentially get crippled when he leaves. Left to just sort of figure it out. Now you sort of have a plan in place with Luka Doncic. Obviously, like Nick said, and that was one of my points, you got to court him right now. Like you gotta make him see why LA is attractive. You gotta help instill trust back into him, because at this point he don't trust a front office. He don't trust a franchise. So what would be my draw to want to stay with LA? Like Nick said, I'll just go play with my homeboy Jokic in Denver and do what we did. I don't have no loyalty to LA. So the Lakers really got to court him over the next year and a half and make him want to stay. I think playing with arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game, LeBron James, will entice him to do that. You're talking about somebody who'll spend over $1 million on his body a year. So he'll have the guidance and what he needs in that aspect to get his body right. But you're talking about a dude all time in the playoffs, or I'm sorry, last year in the playoffs, who averaged 29 points a game, 9.5 rebounds, 8 assists. At whatever being they say fat. So I'm gonna take 30, 39, and 8 all day, respectfully. So
and he's missed a big shot.
Yeah, and he loved a big moment. Like he don't shy away from it. They had him in a bubble when he was flipping a bottle, and then he came ahead a game winner. Like these moments don't phase. And we talking about somebody who's been playing pro ball since he was like 15. So this is just child's play to him, really, when I think about it. But a great basketball move for the Lakers, but they're going to have to figure out what they're going to put around him, because the way the team is currently constructed, that's not what's going to draw Luka Doncic to staying in LA. So they're going to have to get creative, make a few more moves. I err on the side of parting ways with LeBron. I'm not mad at that if you can bring younger assets in right now, because I'm not sure that we even really have a championship window this year. So I hear some people say they think you put them two together on the court, it's a recipe for a championship. I think we got other problems on this roster. Especially at that age. But I've seen that floating around on Twitter. I don't really subscribe to that. Would have loved to see them move Braun and get some younger pieces, draft picks in. that's not going to happen. It looks like so you're going to have to get creative in other ways to build this roster around him. But it's an attractive place. LA is already attractive. You put Luka Doncic there now, people going to want to come to LA.
In fairness to LeBron, he's earned the right not to be traded or approached to be traded unless he wants to be traded in the middle of a season. I think being that this happened, a few days before the trade deadline, I respect the fact that we're willing to let him play the rest of the season out. What do I expect? I don't have high expectations. I saw Luka and Kyrie miss the playoffs their first year just because they had to kind of figure each other out. And that was more of a basketball fit to where Kyrie can play more off ball than a LeBron can. And people say LeBron can play off ball. Yeah, anybody can do anything, right? It's how effective you are and how much more effective you are when the ball is in your hands. I think they're smart enough to figure it out. But the roster around them isn't good enough to help them figure it out. Part of figuring it out is having the people around you to make it work. If we have the same play style, we need the others on the team to do the different things. I don't know if we got that. You talking about Jackson Hayes playing center?
Yeah.
He's athletic. He'll be great for Luka as far as a lob threat, but you don't want Jackson Hayes playing more than 10 minutes a game. You really don't want him playing that on a championship team. I don't want to see Jackson Hayes at all.
No.
Who's the backup point guard? Now, mind you got 2 point guards, LeBron and Luka now, and I know AR been playing point a little bit, but you talking about niggas like Shake Milton. You got Bronny on your bench. Like, bro, it's kind of crazy out there. Like the depth on the team is horrible.
Marquise Morris.
And Marquise Morris, shout out to him. He's been taken up for Luke. I think ever since Jokic got his ass in check, he's been a real upstanding citizen because he used to be a little asshole. He's been real humble. I like that.
Yeah.
But
big Serbian knock your ass out.
Listen, the LeBron. Listen, I think you just gotta go super hard in the offseason. Whatever Luka wants, he gets. Whatever superstars available, and you got to figure out a way to accommodate LeBron. Make sure that he gets to a situation in which he's happy in, he can potentially contend in. But you gotta rip that Band-Aid off this all season. Because in other words, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, I agree. Making that move and keeping LeBron past this year is like, all right, the hell are you doing?
And it's not to shit on him. It's just to say,
yeah, no, and I'm not. That's my guy. But when
he's got a good basketball fit.
I'm like,
especially at this age, this stage.
Who's coming off a screen and hitting the three?
Who's playing defense? Luka ain't.
That too. I said, LeBron at 24
short not at this age. He gonna change
LeBron is 40. LeBron would play
now.
defense back in the day, but
I
earned the right to sag off. Y'all do that shit.
I lead the league in points, dog. I'm not playing defense.
And
done.
That's what Luka say too. I got
and Luka. No, it's just I'm good. Y'all put the people around me to play defense. I'm good.
I gave y'all 30, 10, and 10. I think I did enough.
I did my job.
Jackson, go ahead and clean that shit up behind me. Like, y'all figure that out. But no, that's not going to work though.
No, it's not. But it's interesting going forward because I can see the 77 on that Lakers jersey is going to fly. You got to keep him. That's money, big money, big superstar.
He was already a top jersey
in Dallas.
But you thought he was big in Dallas. He about to be.
Yeah, then let's get to the Dallas part.
King's
what
Palace,
the hell did Luka do to Nico?
Y'all want me to go?
I think you had to go. You called me about it when we first talked about it Saturday.
Yeah, I see a lot of Nico. He the fall guy, man. You think that the branch manager or the store manager has more say than the regional manager or the corporate manager, right? So in this instance, you think the GM has more say than the owner of the team? This ain't no GM call. When you're trading the next 10, 15 years of revenue of my business, you ain't just doing that without me saying yes and endorsing it, or me kind of coming to you and say, this is what I want done. You're my employee, go get it done. and go take the fall for it because that's what I'm gonna pay you to do. You don't trade a Luka Doncic and just say that's a GM decision. He just made a basketball decision. That's my money. That's what sells my tickets. I got fans right now that are returning my season tickets expecting refunds because they said they done with us. But then you got to ask the question, why would a owner commit organizational suicide like that? Well, you go look at the background of the owner who bought from Mark Cuban. And mind you, Mark Cuban would never do something like Mark Cuban said today, if a GM ever approached him about trading Luka, he would fire him. And part of the reason he fired him is because he would assume that he's taking drugs and he's incompetent at his job. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this new owner had the complete opposite viewpoint. You ask why? She's from Vegas. She got her money from casinos. She comes to Dallas and Fort Worth with the goals and ambitions of this big ass Texas state full of real estate, full of land, prime for casinos, a market that has never been touched. It's like the Brits coming to America. It's like, oh my God, there's so much opportunity over here. Nobody except for the Indians that we're going to steal from them. You know, nobody else has cultivated this. That's kind of how they looking at Texas. The only problem in that is Texas historically is just not with the vices. They not with, you know, legalized drugs, marijuana. They not with gambling, you know what I mean? And those are things that they kind of stand on in that particular state. And you know, they've had recent votes. When I was in Dallas, I had conversations with the Uber driver. I'm logging into FanDuel. There ain't no FanDuel in Texas. I'm like, oh, y'all ain't got sports betting?
No.
He's telling me about how there's been a push for it, but
Yeah, they've been lobbying.
But they've been lobbying, but it's not going through. It's not going through. And because of that, because she's not able to get her casinos in that way, because the Dallas Mavericks need a new arena, and she's saying, I ain't about to pay for that. I can't even get my casinos. I ain't paying for shit. City of Dallas currently isn't paying for it, and it doesn't look like they have any pressure put on them to pay for it. Why? Luka was traded. I traded the hope of the city. Don't nobody give a fuck now. So they're not going to, the constituents of the town aren't going to come and protest now. They're not going to protest and say, oh, if you guys move your team to Las Vegas, because the NBA wants a team in Las Vegas. If you guys move to Las Vegas where the owner gets her money, we don't care. Go move them. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be less of a fight. And, you know, if I'm have these things on my mind, number one, you ask, why didn't they open up these trade talks to the rest of the league? They would have got more. If you called OKC, you don't think OKC, they got how many first round picks they got? You don't think they would have gave you 5 of them and Chet? Would have been a bidding war for fucking Luka. Why LA? I don't know. Maybe I want to scratch Adam Silver's back. I mean, maybe I want to scratch his back because ratings are down. We're all feeling it. We got these TV deals. They're asking for ROI, and we're not giving it to them because they're paying us to have ratings high, and they're not. How can we reinvigorate shit? I don't know. Top 3, one of the most popular athletes in the league on the biggest global basketball brand other than the Knicks. You know, in a couple years, if I ask you, hey, what about that Vegas team? Maybe you should consider me. I didn't open it up to the rest of the league. I didn't tell anybody, but I traded it right to the Lakers. We haven't talked basketball all year. We haven't. This reinvigorated the sport.
Yeah,
and she don't give a fuck about the Dallas Mavericks, even though they're still nice. But you're talking about look at their timeline now. All your stars are aging over 31 years old. They can be really bad, really fast. Their payroll can be reduced really quickly too with these agent stars. A lot of them can be easily traded. Kyrie's a free agent next year. I say all this to say, I think that it's angling to put pressure on the city to give her, or the state to give her the casino she wants, or they out. Now that doesn't mean Dallas can't get a team again. We've seen with the Cleveland Browns. We've seen with the Charlotte Hornets. People get their team back. Seattle about to get their team back. Not saying Dallas won't get their team back, but she seems like she ain't playing about her money. And her intentions the whole time were casinos in Texas. I got the casinos in Vegas. I want the casinos in Texas. If I'm worth, what, $30 $33 billion. I want to be worth 60 now. So I don't think it's Nico Harrison. That was a long. I'm sorry, but
nah, that was perfect. I like that breakdown. That was
perfect.
perfect. That was perfect.
Pretty damn good, bro.
Yeah, that was great.
and then I came up with that, and then I saw motherfuckers saying the same shit 2 days later. All the big media people. So it's cool.
Nah, he literally called me about what was that Sunday morning? We talked.
Hey, we
It
can
was
fly.
like 11 a.m. Like this we talked about this.
That was pretty damn good, man.
It don't make sense to trade Luka.
It don't.
Be facts. Like that's
it don't.
But that shit is a
It
hype.
don't, yo.
They held it. They held the Mavericks at gunpoint, and they said, "Give me Luka," and they traded him. That's what it was a heist. That's all. That's
Nah, Rob said, "Just keep this between us, Nico."
Yeah, I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say
a word.
I help you out. I ain't gonna say shit.
Yo, you ever make a trade in fantasy that was so egregious? You want the nigga to accept it as, like immediately, and then once he accepted, like you got him. You know what I'm saying? Like that was Rob. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like Clint did that in his fantasy league a couple years back. Somebody was losing, and this motherfucker got a quarterback. I said, "Whoa!" And you don't find out till you get the email.
Nah, nigga, I ain't do that.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't you. I don't play them type games.
It was somebody in the league, though.
My only stain on me fantasy wise is when we played basketball that one time. I told somebody set that roster, and I ain't tell them to set the roster the week prior when they played me. But when the next week I told them to set that roster first who they was playing. That's my only stain, and that was over 10 years ago. The
I feel like in the early stages of your league, somebody made a trade.
I never done nothing skeezy. I never done nothing skeezy in fantasy football.
Man, I got that email. I said, "Oh, wait a minute, time out."
No, I won't block no trades. Now somebody that made dumb trades, but
that's what I'm saying. It was a dumb trade. Like, yo, this shit don't even make sense.
Nah,
but all right, cool. All I know is Luka wasn't 270 pounds getting off that plane.
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't.
And if it is 270 pounds, you can play it that way if it's going to look like that, Paul.
I feel like all he's done in the league, what is he? 5-time All NBA first team at the age of 25.
It's a heist, Nick. It's a heist.
Yeah, somebody had a gun up to their kid. Somebody had some pictures. Something.
For sure.
That's ridiculous. It's absolutely that's what it is ridiculous. The Dallas man, like you said. I mean, you it's a breakdown. It's deeper. It's way deeper than just he was just fat. We ain't want to pay him. It's probably what it is. You want to give me my? I mean, she losing her mind. She's losing millions of dollars. Luka, she don't care about Luka. Get out of here.
And if I had plans of relocating, you know, a $300 million salary don't help. Like I got to come out of pocket with that bread. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I want this to be an expansion team, baby.
and then there's also LeBron on record saying he want to be part of the Vegas ownership group, so he could be like, "Look, LeBron, I gave you Luka. Come on." Like,
hey.
And that's the thing too. They can probably work. They probably would have to work together because again, we understand. Like, I think you need. Because I had these conversations when I was saying, like, I think there should be more black owners so we don't have to worry about who's coaching what. Like, if we own the team, we can hire our own coaches. But then you look into the numbers of that, we don't got enough black billionaires. So LeBron is a black billionaire, but we talking about what's his net worth? 2-3 billion? Maybe two.
It's a reason why only Mike was, and Mike was on that lower scale.
He bought that, and he bought the Bobcats for the low.
Yeah.
That was 25 years ago. Inflation hit different now. Teams is worth billions now. You got to come with 30%. Let's say if the Vegas teams were 5 or 6 billion, you got to come with 2 liquid. You got to come with 2 liquid. That's big. That's the big boy arena. And LeBron's a big boy, but
that's like the Josh Hurst buying the Commanders. It's not anyone giving I don't know if you read the article, but he ain't want to give him the bank information at the last second. He was like, so they couldn't wire him the money at the last minute. It's not like I'm not selling the team. I'm not giving you the bank information. And his wife finally got to give it to him. Says, like I know it was a dream, but you got to give it. So he gave him the wire at the last minute. Like,
but you see somebody as successful as Magic. That's why he's minority owner of the. Of the Commanders because the money
it ain't enough. But hey, I'm happy. I'm happy for y'all. I got a kicker saying how happy Nick was with all his posts.
I actually want to see.
Great.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to watch them on Saturday. Braun and Luka. They play the Pacers. I'm actually see how shit look like. You already know I was a Luka fan to begin with. So.
Yeah. That's why it was dope for you. I know you was a pre-draft you was Luka. So, hey man,
Give me Kyrie.
oh, now you that's a lot. All right, let's go to the last commercial break. Nitty Gritty. Hey, yo, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk is now on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And while you at it, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Name the same across all platforms. Nitty Gritty Sports Talk, 3 Ravens and a Steeler. Now let's get back to the show. Good show, fellas. Good show.
Oh, before we out of here, bro, what you think about De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio?
Yeah,
Move the needle any?
I like that.
Not maybe now, like you said, but when they add some pieces around him, that's a good 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, it
And
is.
kept
They
Stephon
get
there, so I like
they
that
still want
piece.
Brandon Ingram, don't they? Like they got their eyes on Brandon Ingram last
That'd be
time.
a good.
I would like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need somebody else, but them two together, I mean, they superstars to me.
I would like them to see a wing score would be a perfect compliment with those two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
I
gonna
just
be
like
tough
the
for years
fact
to come. That's a tough one too.
that somebody want to go to San Antonio for basketball reasons. Nah, nigga, I want to win. Send me to San Antonio.
I mean, Pop gonna come back, so you know they're gonna have a coach in there.
Yeah, I
And
ain't mad.
you know and you got Wemby, the best young player in the game by far.
Yeah.
And De'Aaron Fox is a perennial all-star. So
Yeah, put me with him.
future should be right, yeah.
Get me the hell out of Sacramento. Put me with him.
Go
I like
I
it.
say he's from Texas too, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know his wife is.
And I'm saying, he's
his
from
wife is.
Yeah, he went to high school in
I
Texas.
move anywhere for her. Come on. Where you want me? Put?
He wearing her number too.
I wear your number too.
I'm about to wear her number. I'm
I
out.
wear-
But nah.
yeah.
One more
San
thing.
Antonio, good city though.
What Golden State? Jimmy Butler, KD. Can anybody save Steph? Because damn sure ain't Draymond.
That's what
Clear.
they
It sound like Kevin going there. And Jimmy Butler, the way they talk, he refused to sign the extension.
They saying Kevin's telling the Suns he don't want to be traded, especially not to the Warriors.
Yeah, I feel him.
I feel him, but
no, I'm not going back
they
there.
don't got no trade clause, so they can do what's best for
do it.
them.
Damn.
We'll see how this shit go.
I'm Kevin.
Yeah,
Get me
yeah.
as far away from Bradley Bill as possible.
No bullshit. He be looking so lost.
Just send me back to DC. Send me back home.
Oh no, yeah.
At least I'm
I
in
tell you what though,
At least I'm yeah.
real quick, everybody at work was like, "Yo, I know Cool's happy to get out of Milwaukee." I'm like, "Yo, y'all fucking crazy? I already got my ring. I don't want to leave DC for no fucking Milwaukee."
And that didn't make Milwaukee.
Does Winnie like
We're not gonna beat the Celtics because I'm here. leave me with them. Crazy Milwaukee ain't nothing but deers and cheese here. Look, I appreciate everybody that listens on YouTube. Keep liking, hit the comments, hit the like button. Yeah, to tell a friend that we got deers and cheese. We'll be back on Monday to talk about the Super Bowl, some more basketball stuff. Maybe the Orioles will do something to move the needle. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, everybody
pick up another extra outfielder.
Ramon Lorino. Nice. Everybody stay safe and be blessed. We out.